Everybody, I'm here at the Brooklyn Brewery with Chad Rubin. We gave a phenomenal talk. Thank you, Chad. I really enjoyed it. I want to ask you a couple of questions about that talk. First of all, tell me a little bit about your background and how did you get to develop this software? It's such a really impressive piece of work.
That's a loaded question, but I'll give you a short answer. Is I was on Wall Street, I was covering internet and commerce companies. I got laid off, and I saw a lot of growth happening during the recession. So my parents had a vacuum business, and I started off by bringing their products on the internet. Fast forward, I actually took their products direct to consumer, cutting out the middleman, and I started doing a tremendous amount of transaction volume. I could not find a software to run everything after the checkout. So because I'm an entrepreneur, pain creates opportunity, and I decided to just build it. So we built Skubana.
Now you still use this software for your company, is that correct?
So I use, along with many other top Amazon sellers, we're using Skubana to automate and accelerate your business, everything after the checkout. So I've literally gotten rid of 7 employees just with my software.
Right, so you said that you're one of the 250 top biggest sellers on Amazon.
Yes.
Explain to me, because I for the life of me can't figure it out. How can you do that with 2 employees?
It's interesting. A lot of people look at selling on Amazon and they say, "How big is your company?" Or say, well, they say, "Well, how many employees do you have?" So I look at revenue per employee. What are you generating? How efficient are you with your talent? So once you have an operational system to automate your business, like a proper foundation, then you can really scale. So you need to automate everything you can with technology, and then outsource any sort of repetitive tasks using outsourced labor. I also use a 3PL, an outsourced warehouse, all my FBA prep, all of my
Right, so you don't have any shipping operation, just you, not even you. You're busy with the
I am running, so I have 2 employees running my entire business.
Have you ever been suspended on Amazon?
Twice.
Twice? And then you got back on.
And then I luckily got back on, but at that point, I said never again. Never again am I going to be 100% focused on Amazon. You need to diversify your revenue stream across multiple channels. That is the way to win in commerce.
Right, so after Amazon, what would you say is the number 2 channel to sell your merchandise?
The number 2 channel to sell your merchandise is your own channel, where you own the customer. Remarketing. An Amazon customer is not your customer. Right? The true way is trying to find a customer that's going to constantly come back to you to your business consistently and recurring revenue.
Okay, I want to ask you something. You said when you spoke that an Amazon business, so let's say it's making $1 million a year, you can sell it for only $1 million. But if I have a website and Instagram and everything together making $1 million, you can sell it for $8 million. Correct? Around that.
Well, what I said was so people buy businesses based on EBITDA, earnings before interest. So you look at your true profit number, and an Amazon seller, you're going to get 1 times, maybe 2 times earnings. Maybe if you're lucky and you're a private label seller, it'll be 3. But if you're a true multi-marketplace seller, you're going to get 7, 8, 9 times. And the reason why is that investors aren't going to pay a multiple for you, a high premium, if you're literally just tied to 1 channel. It's like, would you ever invest in a stock and have 1 customer? Right? You're screwed if you lose that 1 customer. That's why the diversity of your revenue is so important.
I wanted to ask you something, maybe I should have asked you before, but I was going to ask you this question, but I think it's fine. Do you feel it's a little bit of a conflict of interest? I don't think so at all. And I know some people feel that since you have access to my data and customers' data, you can then take that and you can see what's selling well by me, and maybe you can take it now and you're going to sell it. Hope you don't mind me asking.
No, that's a great question. So number 1, we're backed by Brian Lee with Honest Company, Shoedazzle, LegalZoom, if you've ever heard that. We've gotten so much capital injection by sophisticated e-commerce sellers that know this business. In fact, some former Amazon executives are investing in this product. So I would say that's the number 1 point to understand, is that we're not some little company that's just risen to the top out of nowhere. Right? So my 100% focus, as you can see, I spoke to this crowd tonight, is to educate customers, educate sellers to help them win. Most sellers don't know how to win in e-commerce. e-commerce, and that's why I've dedicated my time to education and also building a software to help people win.
Right, you did a great job. One of the things you said as well, you said Amazon should never be more than 50% of your business. You mean Amazon UK total or Amazon
I would say
US?
you want to make, it doesn't matter. You do not want to have Amazon be 50%, more than 50% of your business. Like, for those that are 100%, your goal should be getting to 90%. For those that are 90%, your goal should be 70%. You want to get that number squeezed down as much as you can.
Okay, that's very good. You want to walk me through the process. Say I want to sign up with Skubana. How much money do I got to put down to start, and how much effort will it take? Like if I have 200 SKUs, going to be up and running in a month, in a week?
So Ed, I told you from the beginning of this interview, I'm not here to sell software, right? I'm here to help. I'm creating a revolution. That's creating a movement at Skubana. So like, I want to add as much value as possible to this interview as we can so that people will understand our value to the product. It's really, really important. So you go to Skubana.com, sign up for a free trial, you get started in minutes if you're an FBA seller. We have a whole product wizard to get you started. We have 8 developers in New York City who are literally brought from enterprise-grade investment banks to develop the software. And we have a whole other team in New Jersey, 9 individuals on account management. So like we have a whole team that the most important thing you should think about when you're investing in a software is make sure it's multi-marketplace, make sure it's on the cloud, make sure they don't lock you into a contract. So like literally, our job at Skubana is to be sure that you're happy. If you're not happy, you can leave at any time. But contracts is a red flag. The next red flag is percentage of revenue. It doesn't matter to us if your order volume or your revenue is $1 or $1,000. It's still the same processing to process the transaction. It's still the same processing power to process the transaction. So when people take a percentage of revenue, it's only their way of dipping into your pockets. There's certain things that sellers should say no to. And that's why I started Skubana. Like, I say no to the status quo.
You also, like, at what point do you stop? Do you automate the feedback to do?
We don't. So right now we're very focused on operations. So by unifying everything together, like you can print shipping labels. So we have 5 ways to fulfill: shipping label creation, drop ships, 3PL, multi-channel fulfillment, FBA. Right? We do it all in the cloud. So we do. It's like what we do: orders, inventory, purchase orders, automating purchase orders, not having to think about it. And then by unifying your data on the cloud, for the first time ever, you have analytics that will blow your mind. The holy grail of analytics, we've got FBA analytics, but cross-channel analytics that are so powerful, they'll change the way we do business forever.
Okay, that sounds really good. One last question. How many drinks did you have tonight?
0. I'm recovering from food poisoning. So.
Great job, thank you.
All right, thanks for having me.
That was great.
That was great.